At one point you wrote, intimate details about our lives were splashed across a magazine page and all over the internet for anyone and everyone to read. I felt shell-shocked, as if a bomb had exploded. People always wonder how these secrets stay secret, especially within the home. How do you describe what you knew or heard? Not that you are responsible for anything, and so I am not asking you to be accountable for anyone's actions. What was it like at that time? Were you surprised? Did you have an idea? What was it?
You know, I think in that setting, it is tough to talk about initially. I'll just say that on the front end. It's very tough to talk about. But I think in that time, you don't really think through everything. You kind of just push through whatever is there and move forward. And so that's what I did in that time. And I think looking back, you just see the amount of things that I was walking through. It's so hard to know how to navigate that. And when you're in such a public space, you don't want to talk about all of that. It's not fun to talk about. It's difficult. And so part of it was, you need to move past it. Like it's hard to process.
It's hard, you know, and I understand because, you know, the first allegations come, it seems as if the family tried to move past it, right? Then Josh Duggar is charged with the child pornography, and then he is sentenced and he is in jail. So every time you try to move on, there was another, as you described it, bomb exploding.
Yes.
You talk about praying for him. And it's interesting because the book is about faith and fear, but you pray for him now. What is your prayer? Do you see him as your brother?
It's really tough. I think that walking through such difficulties, time and time again, I think for me, whenever I walked through that, it's something that I would look at and say, okay, first off, my heart just breaks for the victims and their families. And that's who I pray for even first. And my prayer for my brother would be that he would have true transformation and change that can only happen from the inside out. And I think part of this story I'm telling is you can't put up all of these outward standards and rules and say that's going to do anything. It's not. Your heart has to be changed from the inside out, and only Jesus can truly change that. And that's not something I saw in my brother. He's not truly changed, and so until God does that, it's only work God can do.
You said you've not seen a true change in your brother.
I would leave that, up to whatever journey he's on right now. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him.
In years, right?
I haven't spoken to him in years. So I just would pray that he would be truly broken over what he's done. But I just pray for the victims and their families.